So I'm here with my buddy Talmadge and Lindsay, who's recording. We're going to take a look at a couple options that you can work as a white belt. And you know what's important as a white belt is transitioning to the blue belt level, having some combinations that you can start stringing together off of basic submissions, right? So we're going to take a look at a couple submissions and then counter from there, right? Right. So first thing we're going to take a look at is basic kimura from the guard, right? And this is really essential stuff that we should all know at this point. So I've got times in my guard, I break him down, put his hands on the floor, I create a little space, right? As I sit up and I post, I control that arm, right? Depending on his energy is what I do from here. So most likely, the guy tries to smash you back down, that's when we'll look at going for the basic kimura setup, right? But a lot of times, the easiest way for him to counter this, especially if it's a bigger and stronger opponent, is he's gonna pull away. So I'm gonna use his energy and I'm gonna sit up with him. I don't release my attachments. I keep this hand tethered over, so my right hand over his right hand, and as he sits up, I allow that to bring me up with him. I post that hand behind me, and from here, I'm gonna post my right foot down and my hip up with my left hand out here, and I'm gonna hip him with my hip to roll him over. It's a precarious position because what happens is, come back down one more time. To defend the kimura, he pulls back. Once he pulls back, he starts going head over heels with his weight and energy. So it's really hard for him to stop that once I continue that drive. A lot of times you might get here and it might be a little bit of a scramble, right? So he might start pushing back because he feels it, but keep fighting, and walk it over. So you got a great option to counter him pulling away when you set up that kimura from the guard. Right, and next option we're gonna take a look at is from the basic armbar, right? So you've all seen the basic armbar. If you're starting out in jiu-jitsu, where we reach in, we control, climb up high, I pin the knee, I cut the angle across. So I push his face, I kick over. One of the easiest ways for him to counter from here is to stack into me. Yeah, because if he does this right, he's gonna stack, climb out the back, oh, that's a world of trouble, right? So before that happens, we get in for our armbar. As he goes to start stacking, oh, he gets light here. Notice how he gets really light. And as he goes to drive, the harder he drives in, I'm gonna take this hand, I'm gonna reach underneath. There's a couple of different options you can play around with here. And a lot of times, you know, it depends on where his weight is. So if he doesn't allow me to grab that far side leg, I don't have that reach to grab his opposite knee through here, right? I can still reach in and climb and pull in, like flower sweep, his knee to my ear and my ear to his knee, right, to cut that angle and push down with the hips. Pull him here. So one more time, climb through, push the face, he goes to start driving. Now this time, if we've got this far side knee that I can use, I'm gonna reach in. If we're doing gi, I'm gonna grab the fabric in the gi right there. If we're no gi, I'm just gonna knee tap him. At the same time that I knee tap, I'm gonna pull myself to him this way with the knee tap, and I'm gonna drive up here, kicking my heels down. So notice how close my hips are here. I don't want any separation between my body and his body. Knees are tight. I sit up, I've got the arm. He should be tapping before we sit all the way back, right? So those are a couple options that you can work as a white belt transition to the blue belt level, where now your opponent defends the first move and now you're looking to hit a counter, right? You're gonna look to submit or sweep as an alternative from there. Keep moving forward.